Welcome back, legends. I hope you're all amazing. On today's video, I want to tell you about 5 fantastic guitar-related YouTube channels that I think you should go and subscribe to because they are fantastically produced, they're full of great information, and they're a wonderful deviation from the mid-tier shite that YouTube loves to shovel down our throats, especially in the guitar space. So having said all of that, let's dive in with the first channel, one that I've been using for a long time. I've featured these backing tracks on a lot of demos that I've done. It's a channel called Backing Tracks by Tim. Now, there's a lot of really high quality backing track content available on YouTube, but the thing that I like about Tim's backing tracks, they tend to focus more on hard rock, metal, and progressive styles. So if you want a Pliny style backing track, or you want a mixed mode style backing track with big heavy drums and crunchy bass guitar and some really cool ambient synth work on there, it's a channel that you should really subscribe to and you should dig your teeth into. I not only use them on a lot of my demos because they fit into the style and a lot of the tones that I personally like, but I use them to practice too as well. And it's just a great way to bust out of a rut, or if I'm just kind of finding that I'm trying to practice something, unaccompanied or with a metronome and I can't quite crack it, a lot of the times I'll just chuck on one of Tim's backing tracks and just have an absolute rage over it. You can also go onto his website and purchase all of these tracks as well. And given the amount of content that is up there and the fact that he's producing regular free backing tracks as well, I think it is well worth a sub. Next up, an Australian legend and an absolute larrikin, Brad's Guitar Garage. Not only are the videos that Brad produces super interesting from a tech standpoint, just his whole presentation style and sort of honest, no filter way of talking about so many spicy little issues when it comes to popular and maybe not so popular guitar amps and designs is a real breath of fresh air. One of my other favorite amp tech related channels, Psionic Audio, Lyle has this just velvety voice. It's like ASMR. I could just listen to him talk all day, whether it's about amps or whether it was about different types of birds or something like that. He's like the Garrison Keillor of amp tech mods. Well, Brad's the Steve Irwin. It's like riding shotgun with your loose unit mate who just happens to know everything there is about different amp designs. And, even if most of the content is over your head, I think you'll just get a lot of entertainment out of listening to Brad chat about things. And he just seems like a solid bloke as well. So you should definitely subscribe to Brad's Guitar Garage. This next channel is one that I was introduced to by all of you. The last time that I did a video like this, a bunch of you suggested Super Danger Studios, and you all kind of mentioned that it was pretty mind-blowing content from a production standpoint. And I went and checked it out. And the first couple of videos that I watched, I just sat there laughing because I was like, this is illegal. You're not allowed to do this when you demo a guitar. You can't have a storyline and a narrative arc, and you can't have acting and all this production in there. It just wouldn't work. But Super Danger Studios proves us all wrong. And it's just a totally different way of going out and presenting guitar content. I feel like the sort of stuff that I do feels so Z-grade in comparison, where I just sit here, play guitar and make terrible faces. And you watch the Super Danger videos, they're gorgeous to look at. His presentation style is just awesome. It feels like hanging out with a mate who just bought a brand new guitar and they're so excited to share it with you. And, if you've ever sat in a room with someone who's just got a really nice guitar and you pass it back and forth and you get excited about that, that's the feeling that I get from Super Danger Studios. It's just nice. One of the best things about guitar YouTube is learning new stuff on the guitar, learning new licks, learning new concepts, just learning how to operate the thing slightly better than you did yesterday. And I would highly recommend checking out Troy Downward's YouTube channel. Troy is a Melbourne-based guitar player. We kind of look like we could be siblings as well. Very similar style, very similar taste. Troy's just a wicked dude, and he's a fantastic teacher as well. If you want to learn anything from mind-melting shred licks to blues turnarounds, just about everything that you would want to get out of, say, taking a private lesson with someone, I feel like Troy is really nailing that vibe and that feel on YouTube. Furthermore, it seems like he can play just about every style of electric guitar equally well. So if you want to get your blues chops up, if you wanted to learn, say, some shreddy stuff and you're not really familiar with those styles, I feel like his whole way of going about teaching, his presentation style. Ultimately, you're just learning from a really legit player and someone who cares about their audience. So again, go and check out Troy Downward's YouTube channel if you want to up your game when it comes to absolutely smoking on the guitar. And finally, if you like my penchant for 80s inspired grease, you need to go and watch Richard Watson's channel, because Richard has hacked into the source code of players like Steve Lukather, Dan Huff, and Mike Landau. He's got an entire series called Session Heroes going through all these players, the music they played on, the history of the gear that they used, how they approach making parts, how they approach tones. It is so amazing to see all this information collected in one spot. As someone who grew up absorbing all that music and trying to decode it and not being very successful at decoding it, and also getting ridiculed by my friends who thought that was the lamest stuff ever, it's just so awesome to see someone equally as passionate, probably more passionate than I am by these tones, given by the detail that Richard goes into with some of the tonal recreations and the parts. And I've just learnt loads of great musical concepts from his channel. He's an inspiring player, and it's one of those things, anytime I see a new video pop up, I'll watch it and go, I got to steal that lick, and I got to steal that lick, and that's what Dan Huff's doing. It finally makes sense. So yeah, if you're into that whole LA session scene, Richard's channel is basically where you need to go to learn all the things in one place. And on top of that, just someone with immaculate chops, taste, and tone as well. So I think you'd really enjoy checking out Richard's channel, and hopefully one day I get to hang out with Richard and just pick their brain about all the different things, and we can talk about all our favorite obscure 80s tones and tracks. That is it for today's video. I'll put a link to all these channels in the video description. Send them some love, go and subscribe to them. It will fill up your YouTube feed with glorious guitar sounds and nutrient-rich information. If there's any other channels that you would recommend that anyone else or myself go and check out, please pop them in the comment section below. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.